Ladies and gentlemen, I'm KageKaze, and we're taking a look at Dragon's Prophet yet again. I got to level 15 on my Oracle, and that gave me a pretty good chunk of content and allowed me to start going into the talent trees and what to expect there. And as much as I'd like to go further into that, I want to try and get more content out, and I want to try exploring the other classes to see how they play as well before I really settle on anything. I really do like the Oracle and their kind of mix of gameplay, and they have some really neat combos. This time, I've randomly chosen the Sorcerer, and I'm going to admit I'm a little disappointed at this game's lack of facial hair options. Yes. If you followed my stream lately, you might have seen me do a little bit of information about Final Fantasy XIV's character creation. I lamented the same thing. No really good beard options. I like to have myself a thick flowing beard. Doesn't necessarily have to be long, just a good-sized beard. There is a fairly big beard in here, but it's too busy. If I were to go into the hair, you'll see it's this big one here. It's just, I don't know. That's a bit much for me, so we're just going to stick with this one. So we're going to go ahead and look at just a couple of the outfits. This is for the Sorcerer. You can see we're using a staff, and so we've got several different outfits to look at. So some flowing robes. Wow, Technicolor robes, no less. Nice. And then, of course, this nice white robe. Nice shoulder pads. And then we can see the default gear right here. I'm just going to go ahead and leave the options, kind of leave the default colors alone, and we'll get right into finalizing the character. And, of course, it seems I've already submitted that character. Whatever. I will be Starflare with 2 R's. Because that's what I do. I wonder if it counts my Starflare on the other server, because I'm pretty sure I made a Starflare on the other servers. Ah, whatever. Alright, so for this, we're going to go in and we are going to skip the tutorial since we've already seen that. And we will pick a new starting zone. Oh, it looks like they've added descriptions to the starting zones this time. That's kind of cool. Let's go ahead and mouse over each one. If you want to take a look at the descriptions for each of these starting zones, you can pause it, you know, if you haven't downloaded the game and you'd like to see what they're all about. What I'm going to do, since last time I started in Siberna, I'm going to go ahead and start in Helmoth. And we'll give that one a try.
All I received in return was shame and disgrace. Oratia has betrayed me, and for its treachery, it will be consumed by the fiery claws of death. Everyone will pay the price for their ignorance.
On your feet.
As you can see there, once again, he's got a different speech for the different starting areas, which I think is kind of neat. You can maybe put them together to get an idea of his goal, I suppose.
Still stand on your own. This village is currently under attack by a horde of zombies.
So once again, we're found by Siberna here. And we'll start out with seeing I got several skills on my bar at the bottom. Of course, I don't have access to them now. If you're interested about the systems in the game, then obviously you can. I have several videos out there already that go over the system, so that's kind of weird. Wow. Okay, so that area is a little bit odd. I think I've glitched myself, but good. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the perils of recording live. But at the same time, it gives me some interesting things to put out. So I just took a little bit of damage. Did I crash?
Their onslaught is relentless. Crush them before it's too late.
Okay, good. I just triggered the cutscene. Zombie hordes. Nothing like zombie hordes, right? Okay, good. I'm fixed, and I can jump. I wasn't able to jump a moment ago. So let me see. Left clicking looks like I've got some. Is that water? Some water bolts. Not bad. Or I guess it's supposed to be arcane. Space twice to double jump, W twice to sprint. Yes, we know all this. So yeah, I've already got some videos out there regarding the systems. Oh, hello. Can I dodge? Yes, good, I can dodge. Now, it looks like there's some auto-aiming. As long as the target, if you'll notice here, this is kind of nice to know. As long as the target is highlighted in red, I can hit them. I don't have to aim perfectly. If I fire, and if I would have missed, it will still fire towards that person as long as I've got it near them. Now, I'm not sure entirely how I like that, because what that does is it takes away some level of skill shots, which can be problematic in PvP. So I'd have to see how that ultimately plays out. But we've got our normal skills here. We got our character screen, allocate points, blah, 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 blah. We all know how that works. So what I want to do, though, is I want to go into the skills and see what I've got. Got Arcane Missile, which is my base attack. Costs no action points, 250 range, hits one target, instant cast. Blast a target with a concentrated burst of pure energy, inflicting 170 points of magic damage. Wow, I have several skills here that just aren't enabled yet. So, Water Missile is my right-click ability. It conjures forth a powerful tidal current to blast opponents. It inflicts 233, and I can hold it to charge. So we can see it does more than my Arcane Missile, but I can charge it up to do more damage, which is pretty cool. It's got a 0.4 second cast time. Let's kind of take a look at it. There we go. We can kind of see it takes a moment, and then there's the water cannon. That's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and charge it up and see how much damage it can do to this guy. There, about 512, and I think it hit twice. Or no, maybe that's just the... Yeah, that's weird. Every time I hit a monster, it shows 2 damage numbers. So I can't left-click while in the air, but I can right-click. So I do have a air attack, just like my other class. I seem to be hitting twice.
What? Corrupted dragons as well? If you want to live, focus on the venomous doom dragons first. They're attacking from above.
Well, I gotta say, so far this starting area has definitely got a little bit more to it. I don't know if I'm actually hitting twice or if it's just the game glitching out and showing 2 numbers. That's just kind of weird. Let's go ahead and charge. Do a bit of damage. Oh, okay, that should be a full charge, so let's go ahead and do that. Nice. So there's just the right click. That looks to be doing about 180. So charge, and I notice, okay, there's level 2. It's 255. Oh, I need my action points back. If you look at the right click icon on the lower right hand corner, you'll see that it changes looks and it flashes a moment to let you know that it's hit the next level of charge. So there's charge 2, there's charge 3. It looks like there's 4 levels of charge. So there's the final one doing about 600. Good amount of damage. So we'll take out the venomous doom dragons. And before I move on to the next one, let's see if I have any combos. I do have a teleport. Instantly teleport 50 yards ahead. It removes all movement restriction effects. Okay, so that's kind of like the dash that the Oracle has, only it has a secondary effect, it would seem. That's pretty cool. Can use it to move around. So let's look at combos. Looks like there's 2 combos, one for Watery Missile, but Watery Missile really, this just shows you what I confirmed before, is that there's 3 levels, or well, really 4 levels. There's the instant cast, 1 second of charge, 2 second of charge, 3 second of charge. So the initial is 233, the second level is a powerful blast to do 315, the third is 584, and then the last one does 830. So I think I am hitting twice, because when I look at this, this says that it does that does 830, and when I charged it up, it said something like 500, and that it hit twice, so maybe that is intended. Now, as for the Arcane missiles, we can see that we've got the base Arcane missiles. We got a 2-hit combo, which the second hit does 176 compared to 170. The third hit does 180, and then the final hit does 180 as well. So the last two do the same, but it's a 4-hit combo. So you see here, 1, 2, 3, 4. But I have a 2-hit combination with my right click, so I have Shattering Aeroflame. Imbues the power of wind with blazing fire. Releases 3 Aeroflame blasts towards the target. It does 170 points of magic damage, and it melts the target's physical defense 1.5% and magical defense 1.5% for 7 seconds. So we can see with the Wizard there's already a different style of gameplay compared to the Oracle. So what I probably want to do to maximize my efficiency is do my 1-2 combo, and then for 7 seconds just unload with Arcane missiles or my water missile, depending upon the need. Probably Arcane because I can hit more often. The water cannon, though, should probably be my starter. So I'll charge it up to 4, and then I can hit a monster there and see. Oh, that does 700 points of damage. So this guy's got 2,000. If I... Okay, he's got 1,700. I want to see if this really hits twice. 17 goes down to 1,000, so that did about 600 points. Let's try it again. Yeah, I don't think it's really hitting twice. I think I've just got some weird bug happening where it's showing that I'm hitting twice.
Proceed with caution.
Okay, so let's take a look at my Shatter combo real quick. The Shattering Aeroflame. So that's 1, 2. So you can see that hits the monster, and there's a debuff on him now. You can see it. So I'm going to keep hitting him until it wears off. And, ooh, there's my next combo. So let's go ahead and take a look at... Well, we'll take a look at it after this fight. Go ahead and charge up to level 3. We'll go ahead and melt his defenses, and then we'll just start pelting him with Arcane missiles. It's about to wear off, so let's go ahead and do 1, 2. Let's go ahead and hit him with the 3 flames as well while we're at it. Alright, his defenses are back. Oh, he's got no hit points left. Got him.
That was a fierce battle. I can tell you're a Skyhammer warrior by your technique, even though you're injured. Wait, you don't recognize me. I think you may have lost your memory from hitting your head when you fell. In fact, a number of strange things began to occur after you fell. All signs point to you being involved. I have business that requires attention in Arboret. You should get to the bottom of what's causing this corruption. Search around, and maybe you'll find some clues. We have to keep these innocent people out of harm's way. I'm confident you'll succeed. Until we meet again.
Such confidence. Yet you barely know me, it would seem. At least I barely know him. Alright, so we should be out of the instanced area now. And we can take a look at my rewards, main storyline quest, so I can get my Fallen Star just like last time. I'll just go ahead and claim it. Go ahead and put on my title. So let's go ahead and look at the additional combos I've unlocked. So we definitely know about the second hit. We did that once, so this turned out to be Hurricane Flame. This compresses fire into the wind element and shoots out 3 flames at high speed towards the target. Each flame inflicts 112 magic damage and increases your movement speed. Okay, so there we go. I'm getting a secondary buff from using my abilities. So I'm reducing armor here. Here I'm gaining movement speed. So this would be a good one if I want to hit and then move real quickly. We do see that it does 112 on 3 flames, so that's about 330 damage, a little more than that. So if we compare that to the other 3-hit combo, it definitely does more damage. So what I'll want to do is probably shatter the armor and then start using the Hurricane Flame. I just unlocked Terraflame Impact. It transforms fire elementals into living flames and casts them towards the target at high speed. Each flame does 100 magic damage. It doesn't say how many flames. Oh, it does. It says 5. Okay. So 5 flames, 500 magic damage. If we compare it to this, which does 190, so that's definitely going to hit harder. So this says it increases my movement speed. Let's see by how much. 1, 2... or for how long? 1, 2, and then if I look up, so it looks like I get 3 seconds of movement speed buff. It's pretty cool. So let's do 1, 2, 3, and then nice. It's kind of a shotgun effect. So that one's going to be a nice conal effect to use against a group of enemies, I think. Possibly against close range enemies. That one's got a bit of a nice long range and an even spread. This one seems slightly unpredictable, but it might still be usable at a decent range. But it looks like it has a narrower cone of effect, so I might not want to use that as often at long range. It looks like I also got something called Ground Fissure combo. So I've got Ground Fissure, which is my E, slams the ground below the Sorcerer to crush adjacent opponents with a shockwave of force and does 333 points of magic damage. Damaged targets are also repelled, so I can knock enemies away. So if I hit it, there we go. That's pretty cool. So it's a Earth Shockwave, has about a 5-second cooldown on it. That's pretty neat. Got a little bit of a charge, but I can knock people away. And it looks like I can combine it with the left click for a lava eruption. Injects fire elemental into the ground, and it inflicts 222 damage. Damage caused by Dragon Affinity as well to targets within range. So let's go ahead and... That's weird. It says it's lava, but I don't see it. Like when I left click, it almost looks like... As you can see there, it looks like kind of a wind. Because if I hit E by itself... We'll just do that real quick. We'll compare the two. Here's E by itself. And then nothing. If I can left click in lava, and then you see there, it just looks like it's wind around me, which is weird. Maybe the name is bad, or maybe the effect is missing. I don't know. Because I'm not really seeing it. Now, this repels enemies, and then this supposedly does damage. So I'm guessing what I want to do is not use it right away. So I use this. I don't want to use it right away. I want to actually move back in close, and then left click to damage my enemy. I think that would probably be the best use of that skill. Now, I also got some other abilities. Fiery Breath. Okay, Fiery Dragon's Breath. 120 action points, 33 range, 10 targets max, 10-second cooldown. I channel the rage of a fire dragon to burn everything with Dragon's Breath, and inflicts 373 points of damage, which is 333 magic, 40 elemental, to all nearby targets. The bonus elemental damage inflicted is based on the Sorcerer's Dragon Affinity. The Remnant Flames produce an immolation effect on the ground that does 98 points of magic damage per second. Well, that's pretty cool. So it gives me a damage area effect. So let's go ahead, and that's my number 1, apparently. Oh, nice. So if I want to do a bunch of damage, I can do my number 1, and I can also then do my Earth. And it does, so it does a nice burst of damage right away. And then I, of course, can hit with Earth, and then left click, and there's three AoE abilities I have right off the bat. That's pretty cool. Alright, looks like I also got Earth Shield, so let's take a look at that. Shrouds the Sorcerer with an earthen barrier. It absorbs 60 points of damage. The magic defense value is 29 points of damage, and Dragon Affinity absorbs 31. So not bad. An Earth Shield, let's go ahead and hit it. Looks like it lasts for 2 minutes. And gives me some protection. So I want to make sure that I keep that on me whenever possible. Excellent. Alright, so we've gone over most of the systems. Let's go ahead and just get the quests out of the way. Looks like I will be given an Apprentice Wand for this one.
Great dragons be with you.
Let's see, need to go to the translocation point registration. Pretty standard. Let's go ahead and Get my wand on. It's called a wand, but it looks like a staff to me. Just saying. Yeah, it's a two-handed staff. Apprentice wand, it's a staff. It even says in the description. Alright. Fine. Transportation. Let's go ahead and register.
Safe travels. Friendly duel.
Zombies from spreading the virus. So we got a zombie virus on our hands. Great. So I need to kill 4 dying zombies. Aren't zombies dying by virtue of what they are? Alright, chopper steak and ostrich liver. So it looks like I'll be killing some nearby monsters for their livers and their eyes and their kidneys.
What can I do?
Oh my. Tainted food was brought back to the village. Defeat poison chomper rat. Defeat poison red-billed ostrich. Okay.
Caution.
Very good. Let's go ahead and come over here real quick, and what I want to find out...
Need something? Watch your back.
Okay. That's just the attunement guy. Alright, I was hoping to find the merchant that I could use for my player insignias that I found on other characters. Alright, any other quests in the nearby area? I don't see them. So it looks like we'll be leaving the village to the south. Got a few different things to do, and it looks like more quests along the way. It even looks like there is a public event nearby as well. So zombies. Well, it doesn't look like this guy is the one I need to kill. Okay, we'll shatter your defenses. And then what I'm going to do is shotgun. You see, I didn't even hit the target that I wanted. But let's go ahead and do that shotgun effect again, so we can see that it does a decent job. I'm going to go ahead and AoE and just stand in it so that they take a whole bunch of damage. So the Sorcerer really has really nice AoE capabilities. So let's go ahead and shield, earth, hit him with the lava, and then I can just shotgun them with the fire spell. Yeah, really great AoE. Let's go ahead and weaken your defenses. And I'll do that to get myself some movement speed as well, even though I didn't quite get to use it. So there we go. I'll use the movement speed to come over here. Come here. Yeah, it seems like for the Sorcerer, AoE is going to really be one of the ways to go, just because he has so much of it right at the beginning. Let's go ahead and start this combat with a little bit of water cannon. Yeah, against single targets, I probably want to go ahead and hit them with my hard abilities. Hit them at range. Dragon Shard right away. Alright, let's go ahead and get these guys with a little bit of fire, a little bit of earth, and a little bit of quote-unquote lava. And then shotgun fire. Sweet, I am now level 6. I don't think I gained any abilities from that one, though. Let's go ahead and take a quick look. Oh, doesn't look like it. Nothing new underwater, nothing new under... Okay, that's fine. Charge! And it looks like there's a collection item over here. So lots, they're kind of spread out. But it's not too bad. Alright. Let's do fire, and then we'll go ahead and do the shotgun fire. Oh no, that did the water. So can I do delayed combos? Now on my Oracle, I could delay certain combos. Like do a couple hits. Like if I wanted to do the shotgun fire, like do 3 and then I right click, right? I do that. So can I put ability in between? So if I do 1, 2, 3, right click, and then do 1. Oh, I didn't mean to right click actually. 1, 2. Okay, I need to wait for the fiery to come back. I messed that one up. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Hit the 1. Looks like there's not enough time. Maybe the spells interact with each other in such a way that prevents it. Because it's looking like, for example, right away, when the ground fissure combo gave me a left-click combo. Most abilities don't give you that 1-2 hit right away. A lot of them give you the first hit and then the second hit. So it seems like the Sorcerer is going to be all about when to combine your abilities. So that's something I might not be able to play. Like the Oracle, what I really like about the Oracle is that I can basically change up my abilities anytime I want, and I can make some really impressive combos just by switching between the abilities that I use. Let's just go ahead and get this guy with the water cannon. Ow. Okay. He's taken care of, so let's get this quest over and done with. This starting zone definitely has you starting off with more gathering. I mean, the last starting zone in Siberna did have some gathering, but it was in a very localized area. It was basically, there's a cart, the cart's overturned, there's some packages, just pick them up. And of course, every time you pick them up, you got attacked by something. So this is a little nicer because I can do my gathering without having to constantly fight something. So far, the Sorcerer is not too bad, but much like any class, a lot of it is going to get better as the character levels up. So, for example, the Oracle wasn't that great until he unlocked a few more combos. Because that's when the Oracle really shined, is when he had a whole bunch of combos to unleash. With the Sorcerer, I'm noticing he's actually pretty good right from the start, with a lot of interesting gameplay, such as removing armor off of my 1-2, such as increasing my speed on the 3, and of course having a massive burst of damage on the last one. So choosing between some debuffs and buffs.
Salutations. Keep your guard up.
So let's go ahead, we'll get some of the armor. I'm playing a male character, so I half expect my armor will actually be better as I get it, as opposed to my female character that essentially lost armor as the armor got better, which is weird. Okay, zombie manipulator. Now this is interesting. I'm noticing over here there's that corrupted dragon. I could have sworn that the starting zone was an instance. At least in the other one, I'm pretty sure it was. Uh-oh, someone's about to die. Okay. Weird. So it's not instanced? Either that or the instance is broken. I can't touch it, though. I cannot do damage to it. I can see it, but I can't do damage to it. That is weird. I shouldn't even be able to see it, truth be told. I think something is glitched out in this area. I mean, we already saw some bugs right at the very beginning with this starting zone. So I'm guessing this one needs a little bit of work. Alright, well, bugs aside, let's go ahead and take a look at the gear that we've found. Anything good? Let's zoom in. Can I zoom in? Oh, yeah, I can. Okay. Inventory. I found some pants, of course. I don't have... I've got robes on, so let's do this. I'm going to take my robe off. And let's take a look at these new trousers. They don't look any different, that's fine. Some boots, which give me magical defense, some physical defense, some critical hit. Minor difference there. And it looks like that's light armor, so I can't use it. Alright, robes back on. I have a completed quest over here. Oh, no, that's a quest I need to do. So once again, running into this issue, even though this starting zone is, it feels a little bit better because things are a bit more spread out and it gives you a little bit more of the separation between gathering and killing quests. But it still has some of that go out, come back, go out again. But it is going further out. So even though I went out and came back, it's like... It's telling me that now, okay, now that you've gone out so far, you can go out a little bit further. And that's something that other MMOs have done. I'm not sure what to make of this auto-targeting thing, because sometimes when I try to aim in one direction, I notice he actually fires off in an opposite direction because something else was highlighted at some point. Alright, so here are the zombie manipulators. I've got 2 enemies, so I'm going to go ahead and use my AoEs. A little bit of earth. And a little bit of that. Not bad. Really seems to be all about when to use your capabilities. Things die pretty quick, so I don't really need to lower their defenses. And it looks like I got 2 new abilities. So I got water missile. I got Zero Dimension. Freezes all targets within range, rendering them immobile and unable to act. Ooh, I can combine that with my AoEs. Nice. That is my number 2. Let's go ahead and look at combination skills. Nothing's changed on Arcane Missile. Water hasn't changed. Ground Fissure hasn't changed. Zero Dimension, however, has a combo. So the first one, 70 action points, 10 targets max, 35 range, 15-second cooldown, so it's got a decent length on the cooldown. So the first one looks like it just freezes. It looks like the second one casts an icicle stab to the frozen target and does 282 magic, and then it looks like the third one detonates the icicle and inflicts 365 magic damage on targets within range. Wow, massive AoE. Let's just go ahead and take a look at it. And see, I have a feeling I will be combining that with my others as well. So we'll go ahead and do 2, so that freezes. Okay, I'm guessing that the other effects won't happen unless there is a creature nearby. Let's see if the same thing happens with the lava. So let's go ahead and do that, and then what I'm going to do is this. Okay, apparently that didn't work. Alright, freeze. Icicle. Shatter. That's pretty cool. I keep forgetting my Earth Shield. I kind of wish the Earth Shield had a longer duration. Like, if they really intended that to be your armor ability, 2 minutes is not very long. Now, the number 2... Yeah, you don't see any effects unless something is frozen in it. It's pretty cool, but the combo doesn't really appear to have much of a visual impact. Like, the freeze looks cool, right? But the hit number 2 and hit number 3 just don't seem to... You don't really see it, is what is really what it feels like. Alright, so what's interesting is that so far there's been no dragons and there hasn't been anything nearby to do it. I imagine that here at the Consus Cave, is where I will get my first dragon. In the Siberna starting zone, you can get a dragon right outside the city gates, as the dragons are pretty much right there. Here, unless I can capture one of these things, yeah, they're not dragons. So a little odd that you don't get a dragon as quickly here, but it's kind of easing you into it, it would appear. Hold on, is this another failed instance? It is. Wow, this is just really weird. I gotta admit, I mean, it's... okay, so it's bugs in the programming. It is a beta after all. Alright, so I got my new robe, and I get to kill Thunderous Rage Wing Dragon King, huh? Hey, look! An amulet. I'm guessing that's my offhand. Yes, I do have an offhand. So I'm going to have to get my main hand weapon somewhere around here. I think I should go and try and do that now. Can I find a weaponsmith? Looks like there might be one up here. And let's just see what I can get and see what kind of different combinations I get. See if the wizard... Yeah, see, it just feels weird. Things are on fire that shouldn't be on fire.
You name it and I'll get it.
It looks like my alternate weapon is a scepter, a one-handed staff. So there is a Night Sky Scepter, and then there's a Night Sky Wand, and if I scroll down a bit, is that just the only thing I can get right now? Alright, cool. I'm going to go ahead and buy a Night Sky Scepter. You can see it doesn't give me as much. I'm going to hold on to it until I get the offhand. In the meantime, I got this new robe. We're going to go ahead and take a look at it. I was just going to go ahead and equip it. Cannot equip. Level 8. Alright, so I need one more level before I can use that. Alright, in the meantime then, I'm going to go ahead and sell some stuff. And then we'll be back. Okay, the good news is I alt-tabbed and was able to fix the problems I had with the weird instancing issue. Apparently, tabbing out and tabbing back in reset whatever was causing the problem. So, moving forward, it appears that my current quest, this one for the bad news for killing the Dragon King, is me going into an instance. So we're going to have that happen right away, just like with the last zone. But as you can see, my ability to tame a dragon is going to be right here. So I'm going to go ahead and do this now with this flying guy. So my first dragon in this starting zone is a flyer. So I would recommend, you know, if you really want a flying dragon right away, use this starting zone. Oh, come on, back down, down. There we go. Keep it in the center. Sweet. So I haven't been able to show a flying dragon off in my Oracle starting zone, but here I am in Siberna. I wasn't able to show it off. Now I can show off one here. Now there is a very low flight ceiling, so it's not like I can just fly off into the distance and just go wherever the hell I want willy-nilly. I've still got all these mountains around, and I can't get over these mountains. So you can see here, if I tried to fly further south this way, I could not get over this mountain ridge here. I would have to kind of follow the way of the land a little bit. But I think it's pretty cool that I can now fly over any major obstacle. I don't have to worry about combat, really. And I like that there I can still use my blazing speed. And what we can look at, my dragon, he has a running speed of 160, gliding and flying of 170. So some dragons are actually better at running. In fact, if you kind of follow the old World of Warcraft mechanic, for a while, flying dragons were slow, or flying mounts were slower than ground mounts in some regards. The very first flying mount you got had like a 60% speed increase, whereas the fastest ground mounts were 100%. And then eventually they added ground mounts that went much faster. So I don't want to have this guy on the ground. I want to have him at least hovering somewhat over the ground. And some dragons are much better at running and will actually run faster than some of the flyers. So let's go ahead and get down. I've got my first dragon. That makes me happy. Let's go ahead and see what he gives me, shall we? It looks like he's got Nor Knowledge and he's got Cyclone Assault. So nothing special. So he's just a very basic dragon. Alright, so let's go ahead and see what other quests we have, because the next video will focus on the instance, so we'll do a little bit of questing before we go on. So, capture a dragon. Oh, bully. Okay, I already did it good. It counts. Excellent.
Great dragons be with you.
So at least I have a companion to take into the instance. That was kind of my concern. I was afraid about going into an instance without a dragon, and thankfully right there, dragon available. Now, is this going to make me examine dead bodies? Yeah, just like the other starting zone. So investigate the injured predator dragon. I don't know what the point of this quest is, other than to teach you that you can look at objects.
It's a time of turmoil.
It's really kind of odd.
You never fall.
But I suppose it works. Alright, well, I guess before I go into the instance, what I want to do is grab another dragon, and we can kind of take a look at, see if we get any new abilities. So what I'm going to do is tell my dragon to attack this prowler. One, two, three. I don't want to hit the dragon, I want to hit him. Ah, stop. Go away. Okay, there we go. Now, let's go ahead and try and capture this dragon. So let's see if I get anything good. And this way, even though I have two of the same dragon, the reason I'm doing this is because I want to have two dragons to call upon inside the instance when I get to the boss. Come on, come on. You can do it. There we go. So, two dragons. Again, point of that is I really want to... If one of them falls, one of them faints, then I need to be able to summon another one. And I can look at... I've got new abilities, too. So I've got Dragon Training Mastery. Great. So this guy will level faster. He's got Cyclone Assault, just like the others, but he also has a Paralyzing Current. Unleashes the power of the wind to launch an electrical strike and inflicts 193 magical damage and causes paralysis for 3002-476E 6 effect time. Yeah, right. Good. So he is going to be better than the other dragon. So let's see something here. I've got a compare dragons thing, and so I can go ahead and put them side by side and actually see if he's better. It looks like all the primary attributes are the same. Being the same type of dragon, that's probably why. If I scroll all the way down. So the only real difference here is that they have different skills. So we can see that dragons, it looks like a dragon family type, or at least in the level range of these guys, is pretty much the same. So that's pretty cool. Just going to go ahead and take a quick peek here, see if there's other thing else. There's going to summon, dismount, compare, and I can release. Alright, so good. I have two dragons, and what I'll do then is I'm going to enter the first instance of this starting zone, and we'll take a look at that one and compare it to, say, the other starting instance to see if it's any better. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to conclude this one. I think it was a little shorter than usual, but that's okay, because that can be useful for some people that don't want to watch huge videos. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.